Did you know that the biggest enemy of Islam, Abu Jahl, fell into prostration upon hearing the Quran? In this book, the Seerah of the Prophet, we find in Ramadan the same year the Prophet went into the holy sanctuary where there was a large host of Quraish polytheists, including some notables and elders. Suddenly he began reciting Surat an-Najm. The awe-inspiring words of Allah descended unexpectedly upon them, and they were immediately stunned by them. It was the first time for them to be shocked by the truthful revelation. It had formerly been the favorite trick of those people who wished to dishonor a revelation, not only to listen to it themselves, but also to talk loudly and rudely when it was being read, so that even the true listeners may not be able to hear. They used to think that they were drowning out Allah's speech. They would say, "Listen not to this Quran and make noise in the midst of its recitation that you may overcome." So when the unexpectedly fascinating words of Allah came into direct contact with their hearts, they were spellbound and got unaware of the materialistic world around them, and were caught in a state of full attentiveness to the divine words, to such an extent that when the Prophet ﷺ reached the stormy heart-beating ending, idolaters unconsciously and with full compliance prostrated themselves in their truly helpless state. It was in fact the wonderful moment of the truth that cleaved through the shameless souls of the arrogant and the attitudes of the scoffers. They stood stunned when they perceived that Allah's words had conquered their hearts and had done the same thing that they had been trying to eradicate and exterminate. Their co-polytheists, who had not been present on the scene, accused and blamed them severely. Consequently, they began to fabricate lies and blaming the Prophet ﷺ, alleging that he had attached to their idols great respect and ascribed to them power of desirable intercession. All of these were desperate attempts made to establish an excusable justification for prostrating themselves with the Prophet ﷺ on that day. Of course, this foolish and wicked slanderous behavior was in line with their already common practice of telling lies and plot hatching. The news of this event had reached the Muslims which had emigrated to Abyssinia, Ethiopia, and they heard that the Quraish had submitted to Islam. This was of course not true, but upon this news they returned from Abyssinia and they came back to Saudi Arabia or the Arabian desert and found out that, the Quraysh had not actually become Muslim. What's interesting is that the Quran had such a tremendous powerful effect that even the Qurayshi nobles and the staunchest enemy of Islam, Abu Jahl, prostrated upon hearing the Quran and the truth.